those butterflies and that you can feel that fear. So what's non-confrontational fear is it's like the fear of failure. It's like the thing that you don't really feel fear. I like to describe it. It's almost like having this kind of dark cloud that just kind of follows you around. It doesn't really ever come and confront you and give you this fear feeling. It's one of those things that just makes you want to procrastinate. It just makes you want to kind of be a little bit lazy and maybe do it a little bit later. And so how do you beat that? Well, I'll just tell you how I did it. I believe that you have to confront that fear. In other words, you have to reach up and grab that dark cloud and do something that I think is very counterintuitive. Most people have a hard time with doing this. You have to bring that dark cloud down and look that beast, that fear of failure in the eye. You ever get embarrassed? And it's almost like when you get embarrassed, you're embarrassed that you are embarrassed, and you start turning red. So my father taught me this. He said, you know what you need to do is you need to try and teach yourself to enjoy the embarrassment, just to feel that warmth in your face and go, oh, that feels good. And I like everybody looking at me. I like the attention that I'm getting. And that doesn't work perfectly, but I will tell you this. If you ever try that, next time that happens to you, try it. And what you'll feel is that embarrassment goes away much quicker than if you were trying to pretend that you're not embarrassed. So almost like you have to embrace the embarrassment a little bit. So years later, I took my kids to Disneyland. The first thing you have to understand is there's emotions that come along with wanting to quit. When you want to quit something, you will literally feel different emotions, and most people do not want to actually internalize and think about what these emotions are, so I want to do that for you right now. So I think there's a few emotions that everybody has when they want to quit. And the first one is frustration. And frustration can make you more determined, but if you combine frustration with other emotions, quitting emotions, you'll notice people just want to stop doing what they're doing and go on to something else. So I want to take you through a story here. Let's think about this for a second. You've got a football team losing at halftime by an unsurmountable score. Think about what that would be. Maybe it's 75-3. Okay, at halftime. How do those football players feel? How does the coach feel? How do the fans feel? What are the emotions that they're experiencing right there? So frustration would be obviously one of them. They don't feel, everything they try to do against the team obviously doesn't work. I imagine that would get terribly frustrating over time. Number two, you're going to feel some hopelessness. I mean, obviously, if you're losing at halftime 75-3, you don't have a whole lot of hope that you can come back and win the game, right? Now you have to play for other things because you're not playing for the win, because there's no part logic in your brain that says this is a possibility. You're actually thinking about this now that it's impossible. So you've got hopelessness and frustration, and the third one is you're going to be bored. I think that when things get that, it's just not that interesting, right? If you can't win, why are you even out there on the field at this point? So those ones right there, you just take any of those, you put those three together right there, people quit like flies. It just happens. You're also going to feel probably embarrassed, and people sometimes want to argue with this one, but just think about it, folks. I mean, the fans, if you're a fan of any sports team and you're losing that badly,